Hello everyone, welcome to my AI session, learning journey. Today is topic understanding the physiology of motivation. In this session, I will be talking with Khalani about what truly motivates us, why we sometimes lose motivation, and how we can use physiology to stay consistent and focused. Let's explore how motivation works and how we can build habits that push us forward every single day. So let's start. Hello.
Hey, you, how's it going?
So my first question is, what does motivation actually mean in physiology?
Hmm. Okay, so in physiology, motivation gets kind of complex, right? But basically, it's what gets your body going. It's the forces that drive behavior, things like hunger, thirst, even just wanting to avoid pain. It's not just a psychological thing, it's deeply rooted in how your body works to maintain balance. Does that make sense? Or are you thinking about it in a different way?
So my next question is, why do people lose motivation even when they have clear goals?
That's a really good one. It's surprisingly common. I think a lot of it has to do with dopamine, honestly. Like when you set a goal and work towards it, your brain releases dopamine and it's good. But once you hit that goal, that dopamine rush kind of fades. And then if you don't have something else to work towards, you can lose that. It's how realistic the goals are. Sometimes people set goals that are so ambitious they're kind of paralyzing. Or maybe the goal wasn't actually something they deeply cared about in the first place. Does any of that ring a bell? What do you think about it?
Nice. How important is mindset in staying motivated?
Ooh, huge. Like math important. Mindset is basically everything, I think. If you believe you can do something hard, even when it's hard, you're way more likely to stick with it. It's that whole self efficacy thing, believing in your ability to succeed. A fixed mindset, the idea set in stone can really kill motivation because then failure feels personal and devastating. But a growth mindset, believing that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, that's where the magic happens. It allows you to see challenges as opportunities to learn, not as threats. Does that feel right to you?
So next one is, what motivates people more, rewards or personal growth?
Whoa, that's a really interesting question. Okay, so framing it like that, water versus rewards or growth, it's kind of genius. I'd say water, absolutely. Not literally water, obviously, but basic needs, that fundamental stuff, that's the foundation. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, You got to have that base level of security and well-being before you can really focus on self-actualization or even chasing rewards. Rewards can be a short-term boost, and personal growth is great long-term. But if you're dehydrated, exhausted, or stressed, nothing else really matters. It's like you can't build a house on a shaky foundation, right? What do you think? Does that resonate with how you experience motivation?
So my next question is about habit and discipline related. Why is it difficult to stay consistent with new habits?
Tell me about it. Consistency is the nemesis of pretty much everyone, I think. It's hard. A big part of it is just that your brain is wired for novelty, not repetition. New habits require effortful control, which is draining. Your brain wants to conserve energy, so it resists things that feel hard. Plus, life happens, right? Things come up, you get distracted, and it's easy to fall off the wagon. It's also about identity, I've heard. Like if you don't see yourself as someone who consistently exercises, it's harder to actually do it. It takes time to rewire those associations. What part of staying consistent do you find the toughest?
How can someone build a motivation for something they did not enjoy doing?
Okay, that's a tricky one because forcing motivation rarely works, right? Kind of backfires. I think you have to find the why behind it. Like what's the bigger picture? Is it necessary for a goal you deal care about? Can you reframe it as a challenge instead of a chore? Or maybe can you find a way to make it slightly more enjoyable? Even something small like listening to music or rewarding yourself afterward. Sometimes it's about breaking it down into smaller, more manageable steps so it feels less overwhelming. And honestly, sometimes it's about accepting that it's something you just have to do and focusing on getting it done efficiently rather than trying to feel motivated. Have you tried any of those approaches before?
So next one is how does setting small goals improve motivation?
Ah, that's a good one. Okay, so it's all about dopamine again. Honestly, when you achieve a small goal, you get a little hit of dopamine, which feels good and reinforces the behavior. Those little wins build momentum and make you feel more capable. It's way less intimidating than staring at some huge, distant target. It's like climbing a staircase instead of trying to jump to the top of a building. Plus, those small wins give you evidence that you're making progress, which boosts your self efficacy. It's a really powerful cycle. Does that make sense? Have you found that breaking things down helps you?
So that's nice. Why is a discipline
Well,
more reliable than motivation?
ooh, that's a really insightful question. Okay, so motivation is like a wave, right? It comes and goes. It's fantastic when you have it, but you can't always rely on it. Discipline, on the other hand, is a consistent system. It's showing up and doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's about building habits and routines that don't depend on your emotions. It's kind of like motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. It's the backbone. Do you find that to be true in your own life?
So how can someone stay motivated for long-term goals?
So, okay, that's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? Long-term goals are tough. I think it's a mix of things. Breaking it down into those smaller goals we talked about is huge, and celebrating those little wins. Regularly revisit helps. It's also a finding a way to make it
So guys, try to so thank you for joining for my session. Today we learned how motivation is connected to our emotion habits. goals, and daily routines. If you enjoyed this session, don't forget to follow, share, and continue learning with me every day. See you tomorrow for the next topic, next session. Allah Hafiz.